I would fuck me. Slay. Oh, my nipples. It's fine. I think only the girlies are here anyways. And if the boys are here... Can I show you something so disgusting? Ah! You can't judge me. I bought a hairbrush from Clicks. This is my second one of that because the previous one I had for so long. Like, it was great, but I just had it for so long that, like, the little beads at the end of the bristle fell off. So anyways, I got a new brush. This is how I brush my hair. It's disgusting. It works though. I mean, it's like those beans, you know, like a DIY bean. And that's me a lot of the time, just DIYing my bean. Ah! If you follow my Instagram, I'm watching a new show every week. And even then, like, I watch other shows during the week, but I don't post it on my story because maybe it's just, like, not good. I watched How I Met Your Father. I watched that. I watched the iCarly reboot. You will not find that on my story. I watched that Lily Singh Muppet show. She's actually so bad at acting. Like, don't twist this into me like hating on her or not wanting success. There are so many white girlies and white boys that are in this industry who do not deserve it. So I love that. I love this for us. Like, we get untalented brown people are in the industry. I watched Sex Education season 4 and I have some thoughts. And I was thinking about the show. I was thinking there's like two types of shows, like two types of dramas, where it's like you're either attached to the storyline or you're attached to the characters. Like, I was thinking about Gossip Girl. I never finished Gossip Girl, but this show started like high school. Like, these are people in high school being rich and being silly. Like, like, they're just being rich and silly. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hate them for being rich and silly? It's upside down. So that's gonna be really fun for editing. Yastika, you're welcome. Yeah, like, they started off in high school. They went to uni. They did like other things. They have like characters that'll come in and leave. Go to the Wikipedia page. Like, that's it. So then I watched. And then with Sex Education, like, the premise of the show, like, the plot is like, at the beginning of the episode, it's two people having sex, and then they get into a problem, like, you know, that's just a little issue, and then that's like solved during the episode with Otis. But there's also other storylines and other characters and stuff like that. But that was kind of the premise of the show. And then in season 4, that wasn't really it. Sex Education, or the storyline or the premise, is kind of carrying the show and not the characters. Because I didn't really give a fuck about any of the characters. None of the character storylines interested me, and it was like, I was talking to my friend and they were like, wait, it's the final season? I'm like, yeah, it's the final season. There was way too much change for the final season. If this was like I said, a CW show that has like 7 seasons, or like even Elite, like that show, I guess, is very similar to Gossip Girl, like a bunch of rich people just having sex. Like, they're constantly introducing new characters and old characters are leaving. Sex Education, it's kind of the same characters, like, growing, and it's just like a sex problem and then a sex solution. I could be your sex solution. I didn't care about any of the characters' storylines. None of them. I love the new characters, but that should have been its own show on its own. Like, they should have gotten their own show. Girlie with the pink hair, I love her. That is my best friend. I don't know this, but we're actually best friends. Like, during the Maeve's mom's funeral scene, when they brought back the previous teachers, I was like, I didn't even realize like the teachers were gone and how much I missed them. I didn't care about Otis's mom. I'm sorry. Is she hot? Yes. If like one night alone with her, the things I would let her do to me and the things that I would do to her. Oh, I didn't care about her sister. I didn't care about the mother like storyline. One of the episode openings where it was the Otis's mom's employer, like, she was masturbating and then she used like chili oil. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that? That's the only like sex education that I got from season 4 as a 20-something-year-old version. I'm not telling you my age. The Cal situation, pink hair girly, and her boyfriend, like, their drama with like intimacy and stuff. I didn't care about Eric's like, I'm actually getting irritated now. Like, I didn't care about Eric's like dream sequence. Like, we're not going supernatural. As soon as the show goes supernatural, like, they just did not give a fuck. Everyone in that writer's room like just got high and then wrote down the first idea. Actually, no, some people came up with really good ideas with their high. They were fully sober. He couldn't finish the show. Only Murders in the Building, I'm sorry, I don't think it's good. There's too many white people, I don't care. They added some spice by making Selena's character bi, and like giving her a love interest, but then they gave like another femme girl, and I'm like, ugh. We lost. I feel so bad for Netflix shows now because of Heartbreak High, because like you can't compare. Like, Sex Education wanted to be Gen Z, but it kind of felt like it was mocking Gen Z, or to ask like an old person to be like, what do you think Gen Z is? Hopefully I'm giving like student and not sexy teacher, because we're holding on to that youth. We're holding on. I have a whole highlight on my Instagram about the beauty myth, and if you followed me on Instagram, like, at the end of last year, beginning of this year, you saw like the beauty myth posts. Every single day I would find a page to post on my story about that book because it truly did change my life. I saw it because Best Dressed posted it. If you know Best Dressed, I'm so sorry because she left us, she abandoned us, but shame, she deserved to take a break and to take care of herself. But give us the content, girly. I have been searching for a YouTube girly since like 2020. Like it's been 3 years. No girl has been able to replace it because like Best Dressed, not because I'm like a tangent about why Best Dressed is like the best YouTuber, but she first of all was feminist woke girly, and she was funny. Like you can't, and she was aesthetic and was giving visuals. No other YouTuber that I've found since has all of that. They'll give like aesthetic, they'll give like cute vlogs, but it'll just be, they'll say nothing. Whereas like if I muted the video, I would probably be better off. Or like, I can't find like a funny, also she wasn't white. I can't really like obsess over a white influencer or YouTuber or like TikToker like that. I don't know why. It's not like intentional, but I'll just be like, I don't care. Like you have no culture. Like I can't care about someone with no culture. Like I couldn't get into Emma Chamberlain. No hate towards her, but I'm sure there are plenty of like valid criticisms. But it's like I can't really get into obsess over a girlie who has had no major like canon events in her life, like major like hardships or trauma, which I don't know if that's fucked up to say, but like I don't know. And she hasn't like, once again, no hate towards her, but she hasn't had like any normal people problems. Like I don't listen to her vlogs or anything, but someone like referenced when she was like, oh, when you're having a bad day, like just take the day off, just like, you know, relax, no one's gonna hate you. And it's like, people have 9-to-5 jobs. People have jobs they can't just take days off from. They can't afford to take days off from. Like they can't, like she's not very in touch with people. And it's like in a dream world, like yeah, we would love to take days off and take care of our mental health. But then we also have to take care of other people. And some people are responsible for their parents or their siblings or their grandparents and stuff like that. Anyways, like Best Dressed, she was a little fucked up. And I appreciate that. There was something that I was getting to. There was a point to what I was talking about. How did I even get to Best Dressed? Oh, the beauty myth. Alright. She is the reason I actually read the beauty myth. And this was before my reading era. Like I'm in my reading era for the past 2 years now. But like I saw her recommend the book like in passing. And then I added it to my take-out cart and I bought it. I think it was like the third book I ever bought in my entire life. The first being the person who wrote Gone Girl, my favorite rom-com. She wrote another book, and this was after I watched Sharp Objects. So I was like, okay, I like this person's work, let me read more. So I think I read, I can't think of the name of the book, but I enjoyed it. And then Trevor Noah's thingy, because I kind of had a crush on him, and I would watch his show, even though, like, why did I care so much about American politics? I don't know how the South African government works, but I'm here like worried about that Lady Cortez. Girl, focus on your own shit. The beauty myth. And that changed my fucking life. In essence, it says that like in every single generation, men, the patriarchy, find secret ways to, I can't think of the word, like not diminish, not punish, but like be sexist towards women and make sure that they are not focusing on the right things and distract us. So it was like they would convince us, I don't know, I'm not going to explain sexism to you, you know sexism, but like the beauty myth was one that like I was so shocked by because like I didn't see it coming, because I was like, oh, girlies are doing it, other girls are getting girls to buy makeup, like it's so girly owned, you know, the girlies are saying the girlies are recommending it to the other girlies. But in essence, it explained that we are getting distracted by makeup, by skincare, with eating disorders. There was this amazing line where it was like, it's obviously American, but it was explaining like if there was a disease that was killing thousands of men and boys, like in high school, that was just killing them, it was spreading throughout, it was like controlling them, they couldn't, you know, continue school, they couldn't continue their lives because of this illness, there would be a worldwide, like, there would be so much work put, I wish I could speak English, I really do, but there would be so much work put into stopping that illness and preventing it and helping out the boys that were dying. And then they're like, okay, this illness is actually an eating disorder and it's, you know, affecting women. But because it's affecting women, no one gives a fuck. Well, we don't talk about like how eating disorders are are so insane and killing us. It was happening to men. Chances are it wouldn't have been happening. You spend all this time focusing on being skinny. You're doing all these workouts. You're finding these different like workout routines. You're getting these operations. You're spending money and time and so much on these issues. Men, obviously they have their own issues, but it was created by other men type of thing. Like, I don't care. If it was a problem created by men for men, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, you guys can sort that out on your own. You left us. You gave us issues and we're trying to deal with that. I'm not wasting so much time on issues that your own people made. Like, cancel me. You can't attain beauty. It's this thing that you keep working on. You spend money on. You read up on. Like, men are reading like books. They're getting knowledgeable. They're getting smart. They're getting into positions of power. And we're here worrying about like what's the best like shapewear right now, like how to get our hair to be softer, like why are we aging, and the same thing. And then I found out, I didn't know this, okay, let me do this makeup first before I get into another tangent. I'm not going to shut the fuck up. There is no cream that can slow down aging. They can't. There isn't. I was like, oh, like there is, like I was convinced that there is, because like how could you have so many, like why is that such a huge industry if it's not possible? Like I was convinced if you wear a lot of creams and stuff, but aging is not a thing that you can undo or that you can prevent. Like if you look at like your grandparents, if maybe they're the same age, which unlikely. If you're Indian, I bet you your nana is so much older than your nani. But like if they're the same age, there is your grandma who might have been using creams like since she was 40, and your nana who's been using like sunlight soap, like that green sunlight soap. It doesn't look like he's with a significantly younger wife. It's not like, oh, she's 20 years younger. They look the same age, but one of them's been spending their time, energy, and money on preventing something that they can't prevent, and a man's kind of been living life and fucking around. Like I remember I was stressed, like I saw this Beauty Secrets, don't watch Beauty Secrets, it'll kill you. Where a girl was like, yo, you need to start using anti-aging things when you're in your 20s and you're in your 40s to like get ahead of things. And it's like, first of all, anti-aging like creams and stuff are very expensive, so then you're gonna spend money on it so early on. I remember I was like 24, stressed about aging. I was like, oh, I need to start saving. I need to go look at the anti-aging creams and shit. And now that's completely ignoring the fact that aging is not at all a bad thing. The only reason is like different between other people is genetics. My dad and my grandma, my dad's mom, they barely look like they've aged on their face. They don't get wrinkles very old. They don't get like gray hairs. Like I have a very strong feeling that I'm going to age not as quickly, and even now, like I look younger than my age. And like in the future, it's not because I ate well, because I ate like shit. I sit in the sun for hours, and some days I don't put sunblock. I used to not drink water at all in high school, and you're gonna see like when I'm 40, I'm probably gonna look like early 30s, just because of genetics, nothing else. So please do not waste your money on anti-aging creams. And it saves me a lot of money, and it also made me feel so much better myself, because once again, beauty is a myth. You cannot attain it. Okay, I'm getting to the end of this, I promise you. I'm spending so much time and money trying to fix my skin on my own. Dermatologists are there to help you, and they put me on medication for like a month. I used like one cream that's super cheap from Discam, and my skin is the clearest it's ever been, compared to when I were using a million skincare products and like layering, mixing, thinking that it was like my job to learn dermatology. Like I thought that it was on me solely to figure out what type of skin I had, to figure out what worked on my skin, to experiment on my skin and stuff like that. And obviously like access to a dermatologist is not for everyone, but if you can have access to a million like beauty products, I'm sure you can go to see a dermatologist like once.